Hey everybody. So today we're going to talk about the model named Maltique or Maltique from Creature Caster. It was a mini that was created for the purpose of gathering funding for charitable organization for breast cancer and for cancer research. This was in honor of Michelle. She was a teacher to for painting anyways. And it's really interesting. She does really beautiful paint job. And she already painted one of those. I saw the video where she talks about her condition and all their experience through cancer. And it kind of talked to me because me and my wife, we just went through the same thing. And I could not buy it. So I couldn't resist. As soon as it got up on the website, I just jumped on it and I needed to have this in my collection. For me, it was so important. And the design, and you'll see in this video, of course, it's a as is, so it's not built. But for me, when you see the miniature all built up on their website or whatever the pictures, it talks straight to you. If you got any experience with cancer, you're gonna feel it right away. Just the way the character is positioned in her chair, just the way it looks, you feel the pressure that is on that person and the will to keep going, even though the body seems to be not functional. It's a weird sensation. It's really hard to explain, but for me, this is the embodiment of a person battling through cancer. So we'll check over the mini itself, but I have to admit I already opened it. So you usually receive it inside the box. You will get those packets within a big black envelope with padding. So it is extremely well protected. But I already opened it. I was too excited, so I cheated. Sorry, I have to admit it. Took about a month before getting it. It was in they were waiting to get a few stocks before having to send them over. So there we go. So as you can see, we got 4 envelopes. They don't seem to be really specific for the division. Basically, just bigger pouch for the bigger piece and etc. So yeah, not too crazy. Something really interesting from their print, as we can see. Actually, I'll open. Just realized the light is actually hitting the envelope. As you can see, every part got a really big old number. See the 18, the 17, and the 16. And we can see our print. But what's interesting with this, you see how big it is compared to my finger? Just see the difference with when we work with Games Workshop. And we're like, where is 32 in this? And then you start looking at this and you're like, where is the number? And I don't know if you can see that, but 32 is right there. Let's try to focus on it. Can we focus? 32 is right there. Really tiny. Gets so hard to see the numbers, but this one, it's like bam. You know exactly where it is. So I kind of like that, to be honest. Of course, they're not sprues, but it's still the same. You'll still have fun clipping them down. So what we'll do, we'll just cover those parts quickly, just to see what is the work in front of us and what to expect. And at the same time, I'll be able to show you the details and really give you an idea of what this model will look like. So for those that don't know what Maltique look like, or Maltique, you will see it's a beautiful model, really beautiful. If you're playing AdMech in Gears of, what I'm talking about, Gears of War, kind of giving a spoiler here. If you're playing 40k, she would fit perfectly and really perfectly within the AdMech, the Adeptus Mechanicus. She's, for me, it's one of the best designs that I saw in a really long time. I see a lot of creation that I always feel they're overburdened, and I use that term often when I'm talking about board games, minis, and stuff like that. I don't like what is overcharged, and I don't mind details as long as they make sense. They're not there just to say that I added something to it. So put that to the side. And of course I will start with the main body part. This one. This is the important part. This one too, really important. All right, so what do we have here? Okay, and this must be the base of Creature Caster. So the first thing we'll check just before I jump to the really important part, it's the Creature Caster stand. So you don't really need to work too much on the stand. The stand itself is really well detailed. Really love this. They did a beautiful job on this. It's really simple when you think of it, but you don't have to do it yourself, right? Few holes here and there, but not so bad. Nothing you can, if you already got the material to make a base, that's easy for you to fill that up. So yeah, not too scared of that. The way it's attached, as you can see, the sprues connect right there, right at the bottom. So basically clip, 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 and take your blade and follow that molding, and it should be good. It seems really straight when I look at it. Seems really, really straight. Not too warped, so that's perfect. That means the model is not going to jiggle all over the place. So really happy to see a good base like this, custom made. I really enjoy this. And there's a little something. You see how the mold went? We got that little flake of plastic. It's really easy to clean. You can actually remove it with your finger. So it's not the end of the world. That's really easy to do. But it can get messy. So make sure you clean them before starting to paint, or you could have a little surprise. And here is Maltique. So she is beautiful. So as you can see her, she's sitting in her chair. There's an arm missing right there that needs to be glued. And that arm comes and connects to her head, as if she's holding her head or thinking really hard. We can see all the piping connected to her body and her brain, and it goes all over the place. Really, really beautiful. I'm wondering something. Yes, it is here. Okay. You will see it comes with a breast cancer logo. You know that banner that twists around, that is pink. It's up to you. You can add it or not. It's in the print, so we actually got it in one of the block. So I saw it often placed in the middle. You can place it wherever you want. But it's a beautiful little add-on, so I kind of like that. There's just a bit of cleaning to do around the top edge. And like I'm telling you, you can basically remove that with your finger. So that is not a stress for me. Don't worry, that mold line doesn't stay on the miniature. But you may have to clean those little mold line to the side. But like I'm telling you, it's compared to the Games Workshop type of mold line, those are really, really soft. So easy to remove, but be careful not to damage your mini at the same time. Maltique comes with two pair of legs. There is one that are basic legs, just normal, like if she's wearing a pencil dress. This is her legs with, as you can see, high heels. It's not bad, really small. A lot of cleanup to be done. I'll admit that. This one needs a bit more cleanup, but you have to be careful because there's actually pipes connected to the legs. So don't cut off the pipes, okay? Just make sure. That is maybe the only, how can I say that? It's not a negative part, but something I would have added. Just a little picture in the box of Maltique all built up. So you can actually quickly look at the legs and see, oh, those are actually pipes that connects. I won't cut them off because since there's a lot of, residue here and there, somebody can get confused and cut them off. But beside that, it's fine. If you go on their website or you go on the YouTube, you can easily get access to how to build it and all kind of pictures of the model. So just be aware. But beside that, yeah, the legs. So you got the skinny legs from a dress that she said in the video that she actually owned. But this is, I'm sorry, Michelle, I'm really, really sorry. But I like the style of that dress, that long dress that drags down. Sorry, really love it. It's not at all like the pencil skirt, but this one is so beautiful. I really love the style of this one. So basically, you can replace that pencil skirt for a really, really long dress that drags under. And this is where everything becomes so beautiful. Look at this. So you see all the material, the piping that comes from under and creeps up to connect to the legs. This is so beautiful. I love those small details. I know I say that I don't like too much details, but this is beautiful. This is so smart. And it's nearly not visible when you think of it, because this goes under a chair. So she's sitting like this, and this comes connect to the front and will be sliding under like so, right? Remember that block is not going to be there. So this is sitting on top of the base, like so. So if you paint this first and you decided to make like really fancy colored for the piping, you will see that glowing from under the base. I loved it. It's genius. Sorry, Michelle. Love your skirt. So anyways, um, so yeah, really love this. I love the fact that you got those little add-ons. You can choose actually the legs and that long dress. This for me, little small details from a company that makes such a big impact for the creativity of the builder or the painter. So really love this. So the way the chair itself works, you see we got little connection here, 3 on this side, we got 3 more on that side. Those connections are made for those legs. So it's basically like a chair with legs that walks for around. So it replaces the wheelchair and it makes it, like I'm telling you, it fits so well with the animac, right? It feels like it's the mechanical part taking over the biology. So yeah, so you got 6 legs like those, as you can see. We got the skinny ones and the long ones. Really beautiful. There we go. Having a hard time with the camera again. There we go. Put it like this. See? And there are 2 parters. So this is the first part. It's the tip or the nail, as we could call them. And we got actually the main part of the arms. And this part connects to the chair itself. And here is a part of the leg. So, okay. So we'll just go quickly. So as you can see, same thing as the last time. Just a bit of residue here and there. Just a little small accumulation on those plastic. You see a bit of mold line, as you can see right there, but I can remove it with my finger. So it's not a stress. This is so easy to clean, guys. It's such a big difference than having to scrape with a blade, right? So just be careful if you're going to clean the mold line on this one. Don't put pressure. Just, you can blow on it and it's going to move. So beside that, really straight, the piece of our beautiful, well detailed, not over well, kind of like it. We got those little dots though, here and there. I don't know if you can actually see it. It's really, really tiny. See those? So it's not that big. It's not the end of the world. And it really depends on the style you want to go. If you're really making a model that is really slick and beautiful, no damage, well, of course, you'll want to hide those little dots. But if you want something more rugged, like a real piece of metal that's being used and that is working, so yeah, those little dots are actually pretty cool because it's easy to fill them up and give that rugged look to the metal part. This is the secondary type of legs and pretty much similar. So we got 4 pair like this and 2 stubbier one, or more stubby. So this is the second style. They're more skinny. We can see here in the middle, we got that in the middle of the junction right there. This can be removed right there. And you can actually see the light behind it. So this can be removed to empty the look on this. Oh, can you remove it? Actually, I don't think you can. That is so weird. Wait a second. Looks pretty solid, actually. I'll need to check that out. I'll check the pictures. If you keep them, maybe you can actually mimic some kind of drape or something, because it's really thick on this side. But they're not the same, so I'm really confused. Let me check the second one. I'm learning at the same time as you guys. As you can see on this one, completely open, right? So I could see you may have a bit of work to do on those two. Or you could mimic with the paint that is some kind of drape that is covering those sections. So it's really up to you. But if you have to work and remove it, you'll have to do a bit of work. And it's going to be hard because it's really a tiny place. And you can actually see what it looks like when it's all clean. And you see that one just got a small corner. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Easy to trick with the eyes, and it's not the end of the world. Again, we got a bit of those dots that I was talking about. I'm just trying to make the camera focus. You see those little dots here and there. So yeah, it's not bad. Still give a bit of a rugged look. If you want to fill them up, you can easily. Oh yeah, got still that mold line that goes around right in the middle. But like I said, the material is so easy to work with. It's really not the end of the world. What do we have here? I'm not sure if this is supposed to connect at the bottom. Well, I'm not sure, people. I think this is that's the underbelly. So this goes under the chair. That's what I believe. Yeah, it's actually really neat. Who thought of that? Who's the genius? Anyway, so basically the under the chair where she's sitting, remember we got the legs in the front that covers, and we got those big mechanical legs on both sides. But under it is kind of flat. And if you remember, I was really critical of the Dark Soul miniatures because I always felt that they left like empty spots. So what I did to cover the bottom of the chair, you got this that comes and connect on the bottom, and it kind of complete the design of that mechanical chair. Really cool, and it feels like a thruster, some kind of engine at the bottom that kind of help to lift up the bottom. Maybe that's even the power source. That is so cool. I love this. It's like I'm telling you, I don't like many details, but when details make sense, I love it. I got a full story just by looking at the design. And it inspired me because when I'm painting, I'm always trying to figure, okay, what is this? What's the purpose of that? What would I do if I was having that, right? So this is amazing. And the details are really, really beautiful. They're all deep. We'll remove that. There we go. So they're all really deep, but at the same time, we got a well-divided look in between them. Nothing looks fused together. Everything is really individual. It's not just a big mess of stuff. It is well divided. I got really, really small details though, right there. Don't know if you can see that. That could be tricky to paint, and make sure your paint is not too thick because you could hide those little designs. And it's actually the only design that I see like this. I wonder what this is supposed to represent. And I guess I should put it the other way around. And it looks like some kind of... Is that a pointy arrow? I'm not sure. You see that? Right there. Huh. It's not an Easter egg, that's for sure. Well, maybe. Maybe somebody kind of slid its own design inside of it, but it's kind of weird because the whole thing is mechanical. It's organic and mechanical. That is the word. And we got that design hidden right there. Never mind, we still got something behind the chair. So that is pretty cool. Somebody slid just a bit of personality inside of it, hidden. You see all those twirls? Some people call them tribal design, but I don't believe so. But you can see those beautiful twirl that remember me the French design in the old castles. Really, really nice. Love this. It's really nice. Ah, there it is. And you got one in the front right there. See, I'm exploring at the same time as you guys, and you can see the twirl that goes around. That's really sweet. So what I believe I'll do, I think this is going to be gold. Like I'm telling you, that vibe of the old castle. So we kind of stay in the, I'm going to say 40K, of course. We're going to stay with the 40K kind of look, those big castle with over-industrialized technology. So we got the over-industrialized stuff that connects to her to keep her alive. But I will come and fill that up gold. Those specific designs to really make it like if it got some leaf gold that's been molded over it. That's gonna be so sweet. Oh yeah, dark grim with really like a monarchy style of design inside of it. Monarchy, I don't think that's the right term. Sorry for my English. Sometimes I kind of have a hard time to figure out what I'm saying. So yeah. So after that, we got the main part of the legs that leave the chair, kind of at the bottom right there. The old things looks pretty sweet, but yeah, you would need to clean the tip right there where the legs comes and attach themselves right there. See, that part connects here. Camera's giving me a hard time today. Connects here, and that bottom part right there connects right there. Right at the bottom right there. Easy. Not a complicated build. Really simple. Again, the mold lines are nearly invisible for most of them. And where there is some, it's really easy to clean. So I'm not stressed. And this is where I feel that Creature Caster is giving me more a hard time. It's not such a big hard time, but you know what I mean. Compared to a Games Workshop cleaning procedure, this is asking me a lot less work than doing an orc or a Tau or even a Space Marine, because Space Marine are the worst when it's time to really do all the details and the cleaning. So here we are. We got this. So remember when I said there is the Cancer symbol, the banner? It's right there. So you can actually clean this and glue it anywhere you want on the miniature. You don't have to use it if you don't want it, if it's not your purpose. But at the same time, for me, I bought it for it. I bought it in that idea that I was supporting for Cancer. So I wanted to have that logo on it. So yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy to see, because at the beginning when I looked at it, I'm like, oh no, it's not there. I guess they made it custom. And then I saw it, so I'm like, I won't have to do it myself. So I'm pretty happy. Thank you, Creature Caster. Thank you for doing this. Of course, we got those small piping. That looks like maybe the piping that connects to the legs. I'm not too sure. I would need to look at the video on how to build it. Like I said, if you bought it and you want a guide to how to build it, Creature Caster got that video. So I'm going to link it at the bottom of this description at the same time. So we'll get the link for buying the mini. We'll get a link to the video of Michelle explaining her story, and we'll get a video on how to build it once you bought it. So at least if you're one of those 3 people, one interested in Michelle's story, well, you'll find it. If you're interested in building one, well, you know. And if you're interested in buying one, well, you'll know where to shop. So yeah, really cool. And like I was saying, those are smaller legs that you can connect to it. It's more like designs to the side of her chair. But as you can see, this got a bit more plastic residue all over it. So it's just like scratching this off with your finger and the blade until you can actually manage to do something uh, clean. But the thing is, it starts because those little flake can actually get a bit of statics, and you have to clean your surface, and it gets on your finger and you try to remove it, and now it's on your under finger and you try to. So it's not as tedious as rubbing a blade for like 3 hours long on a Games Workshop product. This is maybe less than 10 minutes of cleanup for the whole thing. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's me being picky. Okay, I'm just being a small nature here. But yeah, really wonderful. Really love this. Small design, small details. Another company, and I know, I'm sure of it. Another company would have done something similar, and they would have loaded this of so many legs and small details, and it would be impossible to paint. But right now, you see how it's in one big block? Love this, because right now I'm gonna clean this. Since the bottom is clean, I can easily connect that to a small block and really work on all the structure, on her body, on the design, on those French design, like I call them, that I'm gonna paint gold. I'm gonna paint them gold, I promise. And once this is all done, then I can jump on the legs and slowly build it up together. Because working on a sprue straight or building some part of it from the sprue is really tedious over time. So usually I prefer to build the whole model from the sprues because the sprues are so small. This on sprue would be like 2 pieces, maybe 4 even, right? So I kind of hate that for sprues. This kind of model is really quick. Beside that, we got, yeah, nearly done. Really sorry about this. I'm not sure what those are. I'll be honest, I'm really not sure what those are. I'll figure it out. But for the moment, it's pretty clean. Like I said, just need to remove that extra of residue here and there. Same thing here. But beside that, seems pretty clean. No really mold line. I got a bit of mold line on the second part on that side. Right there, you see it? Beside that, if I scratch that off, I feel it'll be good. On this one, it's nearly invisible. You really don't see it at all. And you see how tiny it is. So yeah, really love this. Really well built. And this is one of the most excessive in the residue of all the pack. Like I said, it's really soft, right? Oh, can you? I don't know why my camera is doing that today. There we go. See? So this is. It looks a big mess, right? But once you take your fingers, you can move it. Now it's all clean. It's it's as simple as that. So don't get too scared if you see a lot of residue over it. It's really simple. So we got other piping, and here is our second arm. That's the arm that goes to the end. So I'm just gonna clean a bit of that residue because it's, there we go. So you see, she got 2 fingers up, the other 2s are rolled down. That one, if you're wondering which one, which one I'm talking about, it's this one. See how she's holding her 2 fingers up? That goes to the side of her head, just like Mr. X thinking, right? In his wheelchair. So yeah, really beautiful. Like I said, secondary pipings that comes and connect. Not too sure where the sprue ends and where the sprue start for that piping. So, like I'm telling you, some parts just to make sure, double check the pictures just to get that little heads up, that more extra. But yeah. So this is it. I reviewed the whole thing. It's a really beautiful model. It costs in Canadian money, I think it's about $60 plus tax, etc. It is up to you. For me, I took it as buying a mini, yes, but doing a not a gift, but a funding at the same time for breast cancer and I think it's supported. So if you're giving like a $10 or $20 per year, or maybe 30, 40, or $50 per year for breast cancer, do this. At least you'll get a little something out of it. It's really nice. If you never did give any donation in the past, it's worth it. It's really beautiful. It's not a huge model, of course. It's not that. If I compare it to, let's say Primaris, got a salvage Primaris. You see, she's a bit bigger than a Primaris because remember we got the base at the bottom. We'll get the legs that comes and connects to the base, so she's gonna be like that high compared to him. So yeah, she's actually a bit bigger than a Primaris. So you pay at Games Workshop maybe $40, $50 for just one mini, like a Primaris or maybe a Chaplain like this. That's $40 before tax. With tax, you get that Primaris. So yeah, I think she's worth the extra $10, $20. And at the same time, like I told you, it's for a good cause. So yeah, so on this, I'll stop this video. I just wanted to do a quick overview of everything that we got in the box. And at the same time, I'll be planning on painting her in not too long. The only thing I'll need to do is to check out my paint collection and figure out what paint scheme I'm gonna use. And the way I'm seeing it right now, legs, metal, dirty but metal, or blackish with a black ink over that silver, a real silver in color, not gray. The piping itself, I'm not too sure yet. I'll think about it. I saw some people doing it like a really bright green. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll go more with a copper. But the thing is, if I go for a copper, then my gold is going to be weird on those designs. So I really have to think about this. Her skin, I'll go for a really light skin. Nothing too dark, nothing too like the look of somebody that seems a bit tired, that lost a lot of energy. And yeah, I need to figure out how I'm gonna blend this. And you see we got the design in the back. I'll think about it. So you see, I really have to think about the paint scheme right here because I really want to make this one really special. And it is special and it's unique. And having this in the collection is really nice. It's really a beautiful model. So on this, I thank Creature Caster for creating this. I thank Michelle for inspiring so many people with her teaching. And I hope to see you guys around. All right.